we're a community, and most all villages are the same, that are all the money here is basically government money. There's no industry, there's no mining, no commercial fishery. There's your main income is welfare. And if all this is to dry up, I'm afraid the way life has changed, which has not been necessarily for the best, the adjustment, it's a false sense of livelihood. Villages basically are, in the last 100 years, kind of a new thing. You know, we had winter settlements, but we never, spent year-round with this many people in one spot.
Each village has its own council, and this is native property that I'm living on. You can fly into a village, but most of the villages will charge $50 to $100 and require that you have a guide to go with you around the village and see what they want you to see. It is about as barren as it can get anywhere on the tundra. This is a village that has no restaurant, no rec center, no hotel, so you have to be very self-entertaining to live here. There are no cars, there are no trucks in these villages. The four-wheelers are popular, and it's possible to go about town on the four-wheelers and out into the tundra. In the wintertime, snow machines are the main mode of transportation, and otherwise everything is flown in on small planes. It's amazing the amount of access by plane. There are two companies that fly into each village once to twice a day, weather permitting. And then they bring in the mail, they bring in cargo, they bring in food, and in the summertime barges come in and bring in heating oil and gasoline and things that people order.
Communications seems like everybody in the village has been able to keep up with the high tech of communications. communications is perfect for being this remote, and I think being this remote, it really is an outlet to a lot of information. First we got electricity, then eventually came TVs, telephones. From there on, can't keep up with the rest of the iPhones, iPatches, this and that. I mean, it's all amazing to me.
From my dad and my uncles, I learned how to make dry fish. They're showing me how to cut them, clean them, hang them, and every day you gotta check on them and make sure there's no bugs on them. Make sure they're clean.
Oh, first we get it to put a net out. Fish gets caught in the net. We fillet it and then make slices with the ulu. Cut it in half and dry it up. You gotta really watch them and dry them, turn them over, and keep them out of the rain.
We might get oranges or apples in, maybe twice a year, might see a banana in the store, but those aren't things that the natives grew up on. It's not what they're used to eating.
Me and my sisters, we learned from our mom what kind of berries to pick, where to find them. And every summer we couldn't wait to pick berries, and our mom, she was teaching us what kind of berries to look for: salmon berries, blueberries, blackberries, and she would make it like a game. She would tell us quickest one to fill up their bucket will get a can of pop or get a candy bar. And we'd look at her like, I don't think so, Mom. You never filled up your bucket yet.
They're very nutritious. You could eat them, you could freeze them, you could make jams out of them. And they're rich in vitamin A and C.
Been having fun going out riding with Linda, my sister. They call them cloudberries, salmon berries. Freeze them and make Eskimo ice cream, and I like potlucks, donate and make, and for birthday parties, or just whenever we want. When they get caribou or reindeer, they cut the fat off with their fat on their rump, dry it, and then you grate it. Add seal oil, the fermented blubber seal oil. Just mix and add water into a fluff, and get real fluffy, and you just add sugar and you have any kind of berries you want to put in there.
I do a lot of berry picking. My favorite is salmon berries because I'm originally from Little Diomede, and that's what we pick. There's no blackberries or blueberries there, so salmon berries are my favorite berries. I have a cream called Alaska Sage Cream, and it's made out of one of our medicinal plants called stinkweed. Our Eskimo name for it is sudruk, and in the ingredients it's got olive oil and canola oil, and it has some beeswax in it. It's good for eczema, and it's also good for real dry cracked hands, and it's also good for sore muscles.
Winters it gets really cold, like minus 40s, 50s, 60s. Gosh, that was so crazy, so cold.